What's with these guys?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Red United TV. It's your boy, Ivorian Spice, and we're back at it again with the Catch Up Volume 107. Yes, another podcast, of course, just on my own today. You know, big up to everyone that's tuning in right now. Smash that like button and share across all social media platforms. Let me put my glasses on so I can read everything that is. You know what it is today. Today, we've got plenty of news to discuss. Big up Stephanie, who has tuned in for today's show. I am by myself today, but you know, Ivorian Spice can hold a show on his own. He's all right to be on his own. You know, there's plenty of things to talk about. As you can see, then Mason Mount to discuss, Andre Onana to discuss, Caicedo, Rabia as well, and plenty of Manchester United news to go over for the next hour. The next 45 minutes to an hour or so, depending on how long I can go on for. But big up to everyone that is in today. Smash that like button. We're streaming across all social media platforms as well. Remember to subscribe, as I said before, as you can see there. Follow Red United TV on Instagram, which is Red United TV 1, baby, approaching about I think 17,000 followers. So that's the next step. So make sure you subscribe to Red United TV and follow Red United TV on YouTube. And as always, follow me personally on Twitter, Ivorian_Spice, and follow the channel on Twitch as well, Red United TV. We are here to discuss everything mentioned that's gone and taken place in the past couple of days, even last week. And of course, there's been news that's been circulating regarding Mason Mount. And you know, Mason Mount is a player that I am underwhelmed. I believe all Manchester United fans can agree that Mason Mount is underwhelming as well. Like no Manchester United fans are thinking, I'm licking my lips over this Mason Mount deal. You know, it's tasty. I can taste it. I want it to happen. No, they're like, what the hell, man? Like seriously, out of all the midfielders we go for Mason Mount, especially for the fact that Chelsea are trying to extortionate us in price, asking for at least up to 80 million at first, and it's dropped down their valuation. Manchester United have been bidding. They've made 3 bids, of course, and that's been rejected by Chelsea. They want something closer to 60 million region. And as you know, guys, Tonali himself, Sandro Tonali, who has just signed for Newcastle, I'm thinking, A little bit of money there. You could have gotten Sandro Tonali, who's got the similar profile as Frankie de Jong, a player that Eric Ten Hag himself has been chasing for a very, very long time. And I'm there thinking, well, we've really bumped ourselves today, man. And we really have. And as we go on today, remember, guys, subscribe to the channel. We're here to discuss everything Manchester United. Pose your question as well for those who jump into the stream as well. Just make sure. But let's get straight to it because we got to go for the Mason Mount agenda, you know. And this is coming from Stretford News. As you can see there, we start off with Manchester United drop interest in Premier League star after failed bid. And guys, as I said earlier on, Mason Mount has been bid. We've been bidding for Mason Mount like scumbags, like a fool. Sometimes I ask myself, why are Manchester United themselves wasting their time bidding and bidding and bidding and bidding on Mason Mount when you're wasting all this time? But this news here coming from Stretford News says Manchester United have dropped their interest in signing Mason Mount from Chelsea. According to reports, Eric Ten Hag has identified the midfielder as a top target, but after several failed bids, it seems like United have cooled their interest. Mount just has 1 year remaining on his contract, and he's told Chelsea that I don't want to sign no more. Free me, you know, like you get me. It's been about 6 or 7 years a slave at Chelsea. Loans after loans, and last season wasn't the best season for Mason Mount, of course, because when he announced that he would not be signing a new contract, they told him that he either leaves at the end of the season and probably they dropped him to the bench, you know. I don't blame them if they want to do that, but hey, as you can see, there is a commit. He's got no signs of committing his future to his boyhood club. Chelsea has been his club since he was young. So for him to leave right now, it's a big statement. He's like, he's not interested. People are questioning, is it money? Is it money? It could be money, but Chelsea's got plenty of money to offer. Chelsea got plenty of players. But right now, if a player doesn't want to stay and he wants to leave, rightly so, he should leave, you know. Let me go straight to the key points. Says that instead, leading European clubs have been alerted, and United have reportedly been at the front of the queue for his signature, with Old Trafford officials sending 3 bids Chelsea's way. Now it's been reported after failing to reach a middle ground with Chelsea following a third offer, United have now parked their interest and may decide to look elsewhere. And elsewhere is, of course, have you heard today, Rabiot, Caicedo, they've all been linked to Manchester United as an alternative for Mason Mount. And the fee, of course, for those players, especially Caicedo, as you know, guys, Brighton are looking to extortionate us if they hear that. Manchester United are interested. It's that Manchester United tax, you know, that dickhead tax that they give to Manchester United all the time because they know Manchester United are desperate. And if Rabiot himself is a free transfer. Let me move up straight to the video that we've got. Of course, we've got a couple of, you know, I've got some stuff for you guys, you know, more news. Because there's been so much of a whirlwind around Mason Mount. There's been, of course, turnarounds of Mason Mount himself, Manchester United himself, maybe still having that offer on the bid. There's no real clarity if Manchester United will continue to pursue Mason Mount. I'm going to just end the share screen and moving on to the other stuff that I have here, because Fabrizio Romano himself, because it's due to confusion as well, Fabrizio Romano himself have said that from what he's heard, Manchester United, huge boost in Mason Mount. There's a huge boost in Mason Mount saga. There he is right there. Of course, there's Mason Greenwood. We'll talk about him another day. Of course, coming from the Court Offside podcast, Court Offside columnist, Fabrizio Romano says a lot. He says extremely a lot. He says, however, providing an update on the ongoing saga leading to transfer expert of Court Offside columnist Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that all parties remain keen on finding a solution. Manchester United will wait forever while speaking now. It's the deal on, but let's see in the coming hours or days what they decide to do. Romano said on Monday, which is today. He says, from what I've heard on the player side, the message over the weekend has been very clear. Sell me now, or I will leave as a free agent next summer. And that's Mason Mount telling Chelsea fans, free me now, because man's tired of being 50 years a slave or whatever, 9 years a slave at Chelsea. Free me now, bro. You know, or I leave on the free contract. Can Manchester United wait for a player like Mason Mount to be left on the free contract where other teams will be so interested? And of course, they will make that bid. And especially when it's a free contract, they can probably give him a lucrative signing on deal. And it's interesting there. Will Mason Mount continue? And of course, Fabrizio Romano continues to go on and says, from what I've been told, Mason Mount priority is Manchester United. It is true that Thomas Tuchel is a big fan of Mount. He really rates Mount, as you know. The season that Chelsea won the Champions League, Mount was a spearhead to Chelsea's team to win that Champions League as well. Lampard loved him as well. He's convinced that he's a fantastic midfielder, but he's too expensive. Bayern will put that money probably on a striker, and so the idea is to do something different at the moment for Bayern rather than signing Mount this summer. So I'll still see Manchester United as favorite, and that is Fabrizio Romano himself commenting on Mason Mount. Of course, you got Dermish as well from Sky Sports. He's had his say. He's giving us updates, and while we're just gonna venture into this, let me see it. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Wait. What is going on? I think that's me in the background as well. Like, I'm sorry about that, guys. Yeah, but where was I in this video? Let's go straight to it because we've got Dermish speaking. Let me just keep a couple of seconds. Me pause.
Sama Darmasheth is alongside me in the studio. One of the main targets is Mason Mount. Where are we on that?
It's turning into a saga now, this one, Rob. 3 bids from Manchester United to Chelsea for Mason Mount. 3 bids rejected. The third bid was worth £55 million, £50 million guaranteed, plus £5 million in add-ons. Chelsea came back and said, thanks, but no thanks, and came back with a counter proposal, which was £57 million plus £8 million in add-ons, a total of £65 million. But we're told that United are not budging. The £55 million bid remains on the table, and they are thought to be very comfortable with this bid, and that at this stage, they don't feel they need to engage in face-to-face talks with Chelsea, because that's what Chelsea offered alongside this counter proposal. So while there is this impasse between United and Chelsea over Mason Mount, United, as you would expect them to do, while this deal is difficult to do, is trying to look at other targets. So they're refocusing on other targets. One of them...
Let me just stop there, guys. As Dermish was saying, of course, Manchester United still interested, but they are looking at other targets, as they should, because again, we are not dickheads. We are not dickheads in life. We need to stop being taken for fools, stop being taken for dickheads. All the time, dickhead tax because Manchester United are interested. Let's add an extra 20 mil. You know, they're desperate. They need someone. You saw them last season. They weren't doing shit and towards the end of the season. They phased out. They were huffing and puffing when it came towards the end of the season. Bad performance after bad performance. They need this player. So how about we do as much as we can to extortionate this Manchester United team, you know, this Manchester United club. And of course, ownership has been a problem right now, and it's stopped us and hinders Manchester United's transfer activities. Let me just pause right there and let Dermish continue talking.
Significantly, you'd have to say, conveniently, some cynics might say, is Moises Caicedo, the Brighton midfielder, who also happens to be a big target of Chelsea, and we expect Chelsea to formally approach Brighton once they've got a load of their deals that are in process at the moment are done and dusted. There is another interesting name to bring you as well, which has been emerging over the weekend, and that is Adrien Rabiot.
You see there, right there, guys. He is there talking, saying that Moises Caicedo is also an alternative. We will touch on the story with Moises Caicedo as the stream continues to go along. Make sure you smash that like button, guys. Share across all social media platforms as well. Get yourself involved. Subscribe to Red United TV as we basically bring out any Manchester United news as well throughout the week. Short videos as well. Make sure you follow Red United TV on Instagram for those, of course, recent Manchester United news and snippets from this channel. But Dermish was saying that Manchester United are also looking at Moises Caicedo. But again, another player that he's just about to mention, I believe, is Adrien Rabiot. And this has come out through the weekend.
The France international. He's currently out of contract. Now, you'll remember last summer, Manchester United very interested in Rabiot. They didn't get that deal over the line. In the end, got Casemiro, and that didn't work out too badly. But I think one of the reasons why Rabiot chose Juventus over Manchester United was because Juventus could offer Champions League football, United couldn't. I think that might have changed now, and it'll be interesting to see if United do go back in for him. They can offer Champions League football this time and see if they can get a deal over the line. But Mason Mount still seems...
I'm just going to pause that there because, of course, you can see that they're talking about Adrien Rabiot because of last season, Manchester United were heavily interested in Rabiot. They wanted to sign him for a small transfer fee, I think under 20 million. But the problem was the huge astronomical wages that he was asking for. And of course, his mom, being his agent, trying to extortionate Manchester United as well. Big up to Manu, who has just joined the stream. He says, of course, sorry, I'm late. We're in pre-season. Of course, don't blame you, man. He says that we need to sign Mason to change up the midfield. Manu is for Mason Mount. He's one of the few that I reckon that's been for Mason Mount himself. I do apologize for you guys if my camera is acting up and behaving a bit slow. I don't know why that's happening so far. And it happened last time as well. Don't know what is going on. Let me see if I got too much things in the background. I am back, guys. I am back. Sorry. It just literally just a little glitch. I do apologize for that. But back to sharing the screen. I don't know what happened there, but I'm back. But yes, back to it. As I was saying, guys, Adrien Rabiot himself has spoken to Manchester United in the past, and of course, he's tried to extortionate us. Big up to Man. He says now it's better as well. Thank you for that as well. It's been happening for a while.
To be in and around Manchester United's thinking, but as it stands, the £55 million bid that they've made is one that they're very, very comfortable with and remains on the table.
You mentioned Adrien Rabiot being out of contract. So too is David De Gea.
Yeah, this is a very interesting situation. I think I've spoken to you many times about David De Gea's future. And as recently as a couple of months ago, there was every expectation that that contract was going to be signed and sealed and he was going to be at Manchester United for the long haul. He is out of contract now, as you mentioned. There is a trigger of a one-year option, which United didn't take because United were paying David De Gea a really healthy contract. And I think United want to move away from these big, big contracts. So as it stands, his future remains in the balance. And Manchester United and David De Gea are considering all of their options. So United, while the De Gea situation is up in the air, will look at other goalkeepers. We've mentioned them before, Porto's Diogo Costa, Brentford's David Raya, though at this juncture it looks like that one could prove to be too expensive.
See what Dermish says there, guys, of course, with the Rabiot, but we've got David De Gea situation, and I want to know what you guys are feeling regarding David De Gea. Manu says De Gea needs to go for Juve, then we can get Rabiot or Onana, and which of course I agree with you. De Gea, is about time he moves on because of course you guys saw the FA Cup final. The mistakes that came from him, bruv. Butterfingers. I don't know what he was doing in that second goal, and of course caught off guard. And you got the Seville performance that really pissed me off, guys. It really angered me, you know. Smash that like button across all social media platforms as well, guys. There's about 9 of you watching across all social media platforms. But let me know what your thoughts on. Make sure you smash the like button on the YouTube page as well. We're looking for about at least 5 minimum likes. We are live every Monday, and we are live on Thursdays as well. Mondays at 8 p.m, Thursdays at 5:30. And of course, make sure you press that notification bell for those short videos that be released regarding the latest Manchester United news. But David De Gea as well, his future up for grabs. As you can see, that Dermish said there, right there, there have been an offer on the table for significantly less, but there are interests from Saudi Arabia for David De Gea. And of course, Manchester United are looking to bring in a goalkeeper that will challenge David De Gea as well in his position, because of course we can't have none of that shit that he done last season. We can't have the mistakes that he's been doing as well last season, and we need a keeper that can play out from the back so we can play the brand of football that Eric Ten Hag himself wants. So David De Gea knows that his time may potentially be up, and I always say this before: it's time for Manchester United to show ruthless aggression when it comes to the squad and when it comes to transfers. And so far, they have not shown any ruthless aggression when it comes to the squad by letting players go, because we haven't seen anyone being sold yet, apart from the small boys like you got Zidane Iqbal that's been sold for peanuts. You've got players that's been released because they're under the contract, but you've got players that should be sold. And Pastor Fred, as is being listed as for being sold. You've got McTominay still here. And it just stresses man out. And it stresses all of you guys out thinking, everyone else is signing, but we ain't. What's going on? Can you sell the club, please? This club should have been sold a long time ago, in my opinion. In my opinion. Big up to Manu that says here that I was pissed off when Laka missed the shot and Man City did not need a defender. That was a Lukaku, in it. I reckon that you were saying. He also says never to hear going Saudi. Sorry, let me just click that properly. Going to Saudi is just a bad feeling. But he should go there, you know, that they're willing to pay the humongous fee in terms of wages, match his current wages, give him 350k so he can leave as well. He can be happy. And of course, a fee for us as well, a handsome fee, I would say, or a decent fee. I would like to venture on what Dermish says, but of course, I want to bring you back to the other news regarding the goalkeeper situation for Manchester United. Let me just share my screen with you. Smash that like button, guys, and share across all social media platforms. Press the notification bell so you can be the first one to see anything that comes out of Red United TV, YouTube. We're live across all social media platforms as well. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Facebook, YouTube as well, and sometimes on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you follow everything. I do apologize for the video itself if it's not up to par, because of course there's been some issues with the streams. I just don't know why, but yeah, it's acting up. I think it's the camera, but the show must go on. Let me try and again, let me look for the next news. I do apologize for this, guys. Let me share my screen. Boom. Of course, you got here this man here, Andre Onana. Andre Onana, the Inter goalkeeper himself, who played in the Champions League final. You know what? Who did a decent performance as well. As you can see here, this is coming from Go.com. Revealed Man United will table 50 million bid for Andre Onana as Inter are prepared to use the sale funds for Romelu Lukaku's raid on Chelsea. Whether Manchester United can meet the demands is another question, because Manchester United so far are quoted or have been reported to have at least like 100 million to 100 million pound transfer kitty and heavily reliant on player sales as well. So we'll see what happens, because I don't believe Manchester United can be linked to all these type of players, and then of course have the potential to sign and buy all these players. And of course, we need to sell. So where's the money coming from? Like, I would like to know, like, where is the money coming from? But as I said, Manchester United reportedly tabled 50 million bid, which is 50 million euros bid, which is equivalent to about 43 million and 55 million dollars bid for Inter goalkeeper Andre Onana. My mom's calling me, but I'm gonna have to call her back after the show. You get me? Andre Onana this week. Red Devils need a new goalkeeper. Big money being offered, being lined up. A move will impact the Belgium striker. Of course, what's happening? The Cameroon international has emerged as a top target for the Red Devils, guys, and they seek to bring in a suitable replacement for David De Gea, with the Spanish shortstop about to hit free agency at the end of his contract, which is, of course, next season. Caicedo de la Sport claims that Inter's asking price will be met when a formal offer is made in coming days, with United ready to step up their interest in a player that will fill in an important position in their plans. Inter are willing to sell as they need to free up funds in order to finance a move for their own in their current windows. Of course, Nana himself coming to Inter Milan last season on a free as well, guys. And I have to say, when you get a player like that on a free, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, because it turns out to be a great signing. And when you sell him, it's a profit at the end of the day. So I'm looking at sorry guys, I'm looking at Onana, I'm looking at Inter Milan as well. I'm thinking, okay, cool. Let's go for this deal. He's a he's a good shot stopper, decent as well. There are mistakes in him as well, like every goalkeeper. But as well, he's excellent on his feet. Big up to Red 18 and says, Mum was calling. Look at that. Mum calling me has made my camera freeze. That's what it is. That's what's happened so far. But you guys can hear me. These are the technical difficulties that happens in streams, you know. It doesn't always go perfectly well. Maybe because of the amount of things I've opened. If I close down some stuff, I think because I reckon that the computer's over processing right now. And it doesn't like that. It really doesn't like that. Let me close down some tabs, because it's too much for my computer. It can't handle it right now. But yes, as I was saying, guys, hopefully it gets better as the stream goes on. We got to Red Shops, that's all. So that says Andre Onana for 43 million. It's good business. I don't want to hear more than 50 million. Me too. I do not want to hear more than $50 million, because it's 50 million euros or 50 million pounds, because of course they look at us and think, yeah, dick attacks, Manchester United have got problems. We saw them last season, huffing and puffing towards the end of the season. David De Gea making mistakes as well. And they're like thinking, yeah, man, let's extortionate them, you know, let's get as much money as we can from Manchester United, because why? They need players. I can hear background noises. Is the door open? Close the door, please. The door is open. Then close the door, please. Yes, I do apologize, guys. As I was saying, yeah, dick attacks. And they're thinking, oh, my Manchester United are interested, and why not? Why not? Let's ask about for 60, 70 million, you know, because they're willing to spend, but we are not willing to spend. Like I said before, guys, I do apologize for the video that's on the side. I'm trying my best to ensure that you get the best quality content, even if my reactions as well is too fast or speeding up or slowing down or freezing. Stay with me, guys. I am here till the end. But Andre Onana, personally, myself, I think would be a good acquisition from what I've seen so far. A player that's played under Eric Ten Hag, who knows him extremely well. Who can definitely play out from the back as well. And he's a strong goalkeeper. You saw against City. City only managed to score one goal. But again, City as well played us in a style where everything was balanced. And you know what? They played careful, methodical as well. And they slow down tempo as well. Smash that like button for those who are watching across social media platform. I see the 6 of you guys watching on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to Ready Night TV. Smash that like button as we are talking and discussing everything. But Onana will be a great signing for Manchester United in the back. But you know what? All these signings as well have their risk, especially a goalkeeper that's never played in the Premier League. Coming from Serie A into the Premier League as a goalkeeper, it'll be testing because, of course, in Italy, they're known for defensive football, set plays, and etc. And of course, with the Premier League, you need to be physical, you need to be commanding, and Onana is commanding in his box. He comes out, he sweeps, so it's actually decent. It's whether Ten Hag can mold him into playing in the Premier League, and him himself doesn't struggle in the Premier League. Moving on from that as well, guys, but let's just move on to the next news. Let me share my screen for the next one. Smash that like button, subscribe as well, share across all social media platforms as well. And for those who are watching, what is the next news that we have? Because we've still got more. We've got Moses Caicedo to talk about, and we will go straight to Moses Caicedo. Let me find that. Let me share my screen with you guys. Let me share that. Yep, so much loading in the background. Let me make sure that it's closed as well, because the Dermish is talking there. Come on, close, bro. Anyway, there it is there. Manchester United plan to disrupt Chelsea's Moses Caicedo move after rejecting Mason Mount bid. I like that. I like that Manchester United want to disrupt Chelsea's plans. Chelsea's decision to reject Manchester United's last bid for Mason Mount could backfire spectacularly, with the Red Devils now keen on competing for the signature of Blues target Moses Caicedo. First, there says that Manchester United was frustrated by the Chelsea decision to turn down a third bid from United last week, Friday. Of course, we've tried so many times. I was said we tried one time, we got rejected. 2 times, we got rejected. And normally you say 3 is the magic number. It was not the magic number for Manchester United, because that got rejected too. The offer for around 50 million with a further 5 million in add-ons. Chelsea rejected the bid, demanding 58 million, a further 7 million in add-ons, taking us for decades. United insist they will not increase their offer, and it's the last bid for their final offer, and the player that's out of contract in 12 months remaining. Eric Ten Hag does not want a repeat of last summer, where the bulk of his transfer business was conducted in the final weeks of the window. Of course, we don't want that. We want better than that. If Chelsea do not budge on Mount, then the BBC says that they will instead compete with Chelsea for the signature of Brighton star Moses Caicedo. And Moses Caicedo, I believe they're looking at it right there. And as you can see there, Chelsea are unwilling to meet Brighton's 80 million asking price for Caicedo. That could open the door for United. While United would be spending more on Caicedo than Mount, the player profile means they are more comfortable with the outlay. So that means Manchester United feel more confident in splashing on Caicedo than Mason Mount, because of course they believe Mason Mount himself is the right player. I mean, Moses Caicedo is worth splashing over, obviously, maybe because he's younger, I don't know, but Mason Mount is 24. I'm very sure he can offer a lot to Manchester United in the next coming years, but I don't even know if that makes sense as well. Like, really and truly, again, my guys, my camera has frozen again. I don't know why. I don't know why it constantly freezes, but I feel like I may eventually need a new streaming platform, or check on the memory, making sure that it's free. I reckon the memory on the streaming platform I use is completely free and doesn't have enough space. So I'm gonna have to delete a few things. I don't know. That's the reason why it's acting so slow. But smash that like button, guys, and share across all social media platforms. As you can hear my voice, I'm still here. The stream is still going live and strong and kicking. But the Moses Caicedo thing right there, I'm not feeling it. I am not feeling it at all. In fact, the only reason why I say I'm not feeling it is because I don't think Manchester United should be offering 80 million for any player so far. It's too much money. It is too much money. Then again, guys, I do apologize if the video is not responding to the voice. I apologize for that. But again, we continue to go. The show must go on, regardless if there's technical difficulties. I don't know what the hell. What's going on? But yes, I'm still here, guys. But as I'm saying, guys, I am back. I don't know what's going on with today's stream, but I am back. Let me try and share the next one. And regarding Moises Caicedo. And this one we talk about is this dickhead right here, Adrian Rabiot. You know, Mr. AKA Rabbit, Rabbit himself, who turned down Manchester United last season. You know, when Eric Ten Hag wanted him in Manchester United midfield, you know, we didn't have to get Sabitzer if we had Rabiot. But hey, look at it now. Manchester United have open talks with agent Adrian Rabiot to sign the midfielder on a free transfer, but he's edging towards signing a new deal at Juventus, according to reports. You see what I'm saying, guys? We've offered him a contract. He's looking to sign a new deal. I think players take us for dickheads. That's what it is. The Red Devils hold a long-term interest in the 28-year-old as they tried to purchase him last summer and even agreed a deal in principle with the Buccaneers. However, Man United failed to reach an agreement with the player's representative, which is his mother, extortionating Manchester United due to wages, asking for high wages. The player representative regarding the personal terms, so the proposal deal fell through. Rabiot has entered his final week of his contract and hasn't signed an extension with the old ladies of Turin yet, so it's thought that the midfielder would move away for free this summer. However, according to Corriere dello Sport, which via the Metro, Manchester United are set to miss out on signing Rabiot once again as the midfielder is leaning towards signing an extension with Juventus. The report suggests that a new contract could even be signed this week, with Juventus ready to pay Rabiot 6.2 million per year. And I'm looking at Rabiot and I'm thinking, you know what? Yeah, if Manchester United want to do that, they can do that, man. Don't bother yourself on this guy, man. You're wasting your money. Because I just don't think he's got the right attitude to be playing for Manchester United, you know. Of course, he's had many problems in the past with PSG as well. He's a problematic player. We've already had the saga with Ronaldo. We had a saga of Paul Pogba. We had a saga of Jesse Lingard. We just have so many problems. Mason Greenwood as well, and we just don't want to be attracting problems after problems after problems. That's the thing about Manchester United. You just keep on signing players that give us problems, and I'm just not for Rabiot. I just think Manchester United can do better and look elsewhere because we don't need problems here. We don't need troubles. We don't need problematic players that cause so much. And the fact that last season he was only interested in the money because Manchester United didn't have Champions League. Now Manchester United are offering Champions League football. And look at him now. He's like, maybe I'm interested. Because of course, every player's wages goes up by 25% when they're in the Champions League, or 15% increase, you know. So yeah, man. In my personal opinion, I don't think Manchester United should be going for Rabiot. They should be thinking about, you know what? Let's move on. Let him stay there. Stay at Juventus. We don't need you, man. We definitely don't need you, Rabbit. You know what? I can't even get his name right. I'm gonna move on to the final news, of course. Of course, here coming from Eurosport, that says that Sancho for sale at the right price. Manchester United are willing to sell Jadon Sancho this summer and would entertain offers of around 45 million in bid to raise the transfer funds. And the Daily Mail reports both Sancho and Anthony Martial could leave for the right price, while United have also listened to offers for Scott McTominay, Harry Maguire, Dean Henderson, Fred, Donny van der Beek, and are amongst the names United should hope to sell this summer. And I hope that Manchester United can sell this summer, because the club hopes of selling some of the current squads will raise at least 50 million or possibly even 100 million to reinvest. Although sources within the football industry have dismissed any suggestion of a fire sale, and it's understood that there's no prospect of all 13 of available United players leaving. Because why? They don't have the right people to negotiate and get rid of these players, They just don't. They never have, and they never will, man. But yeah, I'm hoping that Manchester United can do the business and get things sorted out. Big up Eurosport for that, for their news right there. And me end screen there, because we have come to the end of the show as well. Big up, Jasinga says good game. I don't know if there was a good game right now, but big up to you as well, man. Big up for tuning in. But as I was saying, guys, usually I'd go through my Twitter timeline as well, which I will do. Let's go straight to the Twitter timeline so we can react to Twitter. This is going to be interesting. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to the timeline. Make sure you subscribe to Red United TV. Follow Ivorian Spice as well across all social media platforms. Ivorian_Spice. Let's go straight into it. Look at that. Marcus Thuram expected in Milano this week to undergo a medical test and sign a 5-year deal as an Inter player. Oh, interesting there. AC Milan and Chelsea are closing in on Ruben Loftus-Cheek for 60 million. That's good for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Let's continue scrolling down so we can get some more Manchester United news. Oh, God. Arsenal remain confident on and optimistic on Jurriën Timber's deal as the player wants Arsenal. Second bid submitted this morning. And you know what? Yeah, I'm not liking this Jurriën Timber being linked to Arsenal, because I thought it would be a player that will solve our right centre, a right back situation, and centre back and defensive midfielder. Talks are advancing between after 30 million bid got rejected. And I want Manchester United can step in and take someone like Jurriën Timber as well. It's got breaking news. Man, now enter the negotiation once again with Veronique Rabiot as well. Look at the mum. She just loves taking money. She loves it. She loves it. Frankie de Jong is what Eric Ten Hag, Manchester United needs. These are all my notification, guys. Guardiola as well, 100 million. RB actually wants 100 million at least for him. Look at that. Sandro Tonali. Tino Livramento being discussed with Newcastle. Oh, that is a good deal. But guys, let me stop it there and end the show, because we have come to the end of the show. Smash that like button across all social media platforms as well, guys. I do apologize for the technical difficulties, but we did what we had to do here. The show went on till the end. Make sure you tune in next on Thursday at 5:30 for your live Manchester United news as well. More of this. And of course, make sure you subscribe to Red United TV across all social media platforms. And of course, press the notification bell so you can see any video that comes out. Of course, we'll be releasing latest news as well. Any hot topic, any breaking news, we will be releasing that out, short video or live. But as always, guys, this has been the Catch Up Volume 107. As always, remember to keep it united, and remember to keep it Red United, because your boy is out. And again, I think I've frozen. Can you imagine? I'm freezing as just about to end the show. Like, can you wait? I think I need to delete stuff from my computer, because I don't know what's going on, whether the memory is almost full, but this is not good, and I'm not liking this, guys. I am not liking this, but I'm trying to end the stream, which I will. Still waiting. But big up to every one of you guys, man, as always, man. Smash that like button and share across all social media platforms. I definitely know it's the webcam, and it's the internet acting up. But yeah, guys, until next time, as always, remember to smash that like button, share across all social media platforms. Remember to keep it Red United. And remember to keep it united, and remember to keep it Red United. Your boys out. Peace.